Welcome back. It's the penultimate match of the evening, of the day. We got Julianne Coutice, number 4 seed, based here in very close by, and she's up against Sussex's Torrie Malik. Well, Torrie Malik, 18 years of age, that's why she's sporting those protective eyewear. Just been announced that she is part of the England team for the World Juniors coming up. So she'll be building towards that, but she's already starting to make a bit of a name for herself on the PSA World Tour. She's currently number 95 in the world, just off her highest. She got to 88 in April, based down in Sussex. Her dad, Cameron Malik, is her coach, and she's got her 2 brothers as well that both competed in this event. See them there in the front row, Curtis Malik and Torrie Malik. Curtis Malik came through earlier today. Well, she lost in the first round of Mauritius last time out, 3-2. She's a feisty player, Malik. She'll certainly be looking to hit that ball hard and play at pace and attack it. She's up against Julianne Coutice. Julianne Coutice, a former number 28 in the world, which she got to in October 2020. She's currently number 53. She's had a bit of a tough time of it though, with COVID, and she's been suffering a bit from long COVID, which obviously is not ideal when you're a professional athlete, and she's having to learn to really manage that, the amount of training she can do. Finds it difficult to do 2 sessions in a day sometimes, and there's real ups and downs, and those downs can last for a significant length of time. So it's a very challenging time for someone like Julianne Coutice, with the frustration when she wants to just crack on and get playing.
That's very tough, very, very tough when you're trying to, I mean, the sport's brutal enough as it is. Trying to manage that kind of difficulty.
Yeah, she lost in the quarterfinals of Mauritius, losing out 3-2 to Melissa Alves.
Well, she's a tough opponent, isn't she, Alves?
Yeah, she's got her own struggles as well going on with plantar fasciitis she's trying to play with.
Julianne Coutice of England to serve, Torrie Malik of England to receive. Best of 5 games. Lowell. One love.
Malik can be up and down.
And out. 1-1.
So she'll be looking to be solid with her squash here. Quite aggressive player, as I mentioned, and of course with that comes a little bit of risk when you're attacking. Already see that the power of Malik is pushing back Julianne Coutice on the court.
Yeah, she really does strike the ball phenomenally well, Torrie Malik. Saw quite a bit of her in the Scottish Open last year, the Springfield Scottish Open. She did some commentary on, wasn't Squash TV job, but there was commentary there on a traditional court. She had a really good run, surprising couple of seeds. She's up against a very tough and wily, experienced player with a lot of high skill level, Julianne Coutice. It's a good test for Malik.
We're going for it off the return of serve, and this is what I mean about the inconsistency of Malik. She will take things on, and with it comes risk.
And down 2-4.
Yeah, I mean, she's still in that transitional phase, isn't she, from junior to senior, and just getting used to playing at this level, really. That's a good finish.
Yeah, it's all about the low, hard hitting from Malik, isn't it, right now? It's driving with power into the back or using the kill for the winners. She's not really using the drops. That's interesting. Coutice actually changed her shot there because of how far Malik came across.
Yeah, she did go very far to the right, didn't she?
She boasted because of that. She changed, so
it's too nice.
Yeah, definitely. You or I wouldn't have done it. So she's a better person than us, Parky.
That's for sure. Again, that forehand low kill. Nice shot from Malik. Great timing. Just asking to change your shoes here, Malik.
Yeah, I think it should change at the interval, not now. Thank you. Sure? Yes. Don't check rules. Is that the rules? No, I don't want to slip. I don't want to hurt myself. 4-5. Sure? Yeah. Sorry.
So Malik just saying that her inner soles are slipping in the shoe. It's a funny one, isn't it? Because generally, well, it's up to the referee's discretion whether they feel it's dangerous or not, whether they need to carry on or not. Because, you know, when you've seen people sweating prolifically, they might allow them to go and put a wristband on or a sweatband, or
yeah, sure,
or change the top, or if the grip is that slippery that they could let the racket go, but then it's sort of endangering the opponent, isn't it?
Player review, Malik.
Yeah, it's definitely a discretionary decision.
Well, Malik is going for a review here, given as a no let. There's what I would
That's
say
at least
is
a let. At least a let.
just wondering whether the referee wanted Malik to go up and in front of Coutice there, but there's significant interference.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the bump.
No let, decision.
I think that's a little harsh.
No reviews remaining.
I'm thinking that they wanted her to go up and round rather than through there. Probably would have been nice just to have that quick explanation.
Yeah.
Of what they wanted.
Yeah. Clear and concise. So the players are clear about what they want them to do. Every referee has their own different styles, just like the players. You know, I mean, obviously you want consistency, but
yeah, you just want to instruct them, though, don't
yeah,
you? Of what you're seeing, what your interpretation is, and what you want them to do to fix it.
And down 5-6.
Well, the kill is certainly keeping Malik in this.
yeah, that's one thing I was really impressed with up in Scotland in that tournament last year in Scotland. In Inverness was the quality of the low hitting.
Somehow Coutice just got to take those low shots away from Malik. She just needs to maybe overhit slightly into the back. Really find those back corners.
Stroke to Malik.
Yeah, Coutice not quite able to get out of the way.
Well, Malik will feel that's maybe the first time she's actually got a decision going her way. It's the correct decision.
She'll always feel that.
It's the correct decision.
Could be a really close battle, this, judging by what we've seen so far.
Yeah, total parity here in the first game. Just a little bit loose and wayward on the length hitting there. A bit short from Malik. Can't get away with that against Coutice.
See there was a drop from Malik. It's very heavy. Got herself in all sorts of trouble there.
Yes, left.
I thought we might get a Coutice review here. What do you think on this one? I think this is worth a review for sure.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Let's have another look. It's a bit high, wasn't it? And Coutice was kind of swaying. Look at the movement into the shot.
Moved to the, I mean, there would be no interference if she'd held her position.
Yeah, hold your position. I think
walked with the shot, didn't she? That's caused.
I think it's a
that's fair enough, isn't it? I think it's a good decision. It's that movement from Coutice where she's just wandered with the shot and it leaves her in the way. Quite surprised at that, Parky.
Yeah, I mean the shot really was quite poor by Coutice's standards.
Yeah, that ball's gone straight over her head.
Yeah, it has to be.
3 game balls for Coutice.
Oh, lovely finish. Very clinical there from Malik.
And then a 10 game ball.
Any opportunity on the volley, she's going to slot it.
Yeah, the ball coming straight back into Coutice. Those 3 game balls have evaporated into a tie break here. So that ball comes straight back into Coutice. Tie break in this first. It's unravelled very quickly for Coutice. Well, she's firing herself up here. That's going to be a stroke. Just a little bit scrappy-do. Game ball for Coutice.
Oh, just clipped.
She's a very skillful player, Coutice.
She is. Just not quite finding the accuracy that we used to.
It's hard though, isn't it? Because it's all happening quite quickly. There's a lot of pace and power from Malik, and it's quite awkward to then deal with, especially if the ball's coming at you a little bit. You've got to tidy it up.
Absolutely. Oh, wonderful shot again. So straight as an arrow, that volley drive. Nice and low.
Game ball for Malik. But she's done it. It's that backhand volley. Ferocious roar from Malik. 14 minutes. 14-12 for Torrie Malik. She's leading the number 4 seed by game to love.
Well, Torrie Malik, she's got 2 of her brothers and her father in a corner at this National Squash Arena, giving her lots of support, as always. It's very, very close, this first game. As you said, Drew Boy, a little bit scrappy at times, perhaps just a bit of nerves from both players. There was some quality from both at times, but it was Malik that came through in that tight tie break.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Malik leads 1 game to love. Level.
Impressed with the backhand volley of Malik. Being really consistent with it. Just got back herself a little bit more there, Coutice. A bit tentative on that drop shot. Can't overstate just how difficult this sort of phase has been for Coutice. You know, she was doing very well pre-lockdown and pre-COVID, and must be such a difficult thing mentally and physically when long COVID's really got grip of you. And then trying to apply your trade, and obviously she's a physiotherapist as well as being a full-time player, and to actually manage all that, and then to train and to not be able to be consistent and know whether you can train twice a day, how many times you can train, how hard you can train, how many hits you can have, what you're going to feel like afterwards. I mean, it makes it so challenging. So I really admire the way she's going about this.
Yeah, it's brutal. Reminds me a little bit of Peter Marshall back in the day when he was suffering from chronic fatigue and trying to come back, and exactly the same thing you were just saying about Coutice there, not knowing how to train, how much to train, and of course he was a heavy trainer. And all you want to do is get out there and play the sport you love.
It's probably a good conversation for Coutice to have, isn't it, with Peter Marshall, to actually reach out to him and sort of find out a bit of how he dealt with it and what he did.
Pick his brains a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be open to that.
I think it's worth you suggesting that to Coutice.
Will do. Comes very far right, doesn't she, Malik?
I know. I mean,
she's gonna get hit at some stage.
Well, definitely. The fact that Coutice is boasting every time from that position is amazing. I mean, I'd be trying to straighten that for sure. I wouldn't want to be forced into a post.
I mean, a cross court's definitely going to go into the body, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, straight drive would hit the racket, I think.
Yeah.
6-4.
That's great width, great depth there from Coutice. Some good toughness from her.
Yeah, we've had a response from Coutice. That's where she needs to get the ball, in and behind Malik, so that Malik can't tee off with those hard drives or the kills. Probably an area for Malik to evolve and develop. The sort of the softer subtleties of her game, the resetting, lifting from behind herself, the soft drops and touch in the front of the court.
Definitely. I think just that little bit of extra variation on top of the dynamic kills and hard hitting.
Well, that's gone really low on the front wall. 6 game balls for Coutice. Doesn't need any more than that initial one. So good response from Julianne Coutice. 6 minutes. A lot shorter than that first one, 11-4, and we're level at 1 game all.
You'll almost always get a strong response from Julianne Coutice. She's a very experienced campaigner on the world tour, very skillful and a high squash IQ, and she'll be doing everything to get back into this match, start getting the ball a little bit deeper. Malik sort of running out of ideas. 1 game apiece.
Play will resume in 60 seconds.
Well, the start of this third game is going to be crucial for these two.
Yes, left. One love.
One game apiece, so both players jostling to try and get a good early lead,
Two love.
get the advantage early doors. That's a nice angle there from the back of the court from Malik. Just a bit more variation.
She needed that though, didn't she? After
She did.
losing out that first game the second game the way she did, and then losing the initial 2 points in this third game.
That's a nice shot. Really found the space well there. Got the ball running.
It's awkward to play against, isn't it, when someone's quite hit and miss with what they do, because she throws everything at it and it hits outrageous shots like that, and then also will rattle off a load of tins. So it's you're not sure what's coming, and you just have to try and get the ball in the right area.
Yeah, you have to weather the storm against players like this, you know, who are talented but sometimes a little bit inconsistent. And I think obviously that's something that she's working on as she gets older and more experienced, try and iron out of a game. But I guess when you are quite attacking, you know, there's going to be some errors in that.
Balls out.
Oh, straight on the line.
And down. 3-4.
Of course, the line is out in squash.
Thanks for that, Drew Boy.
Stroke to Malik. And then
Not everyone knows that, Parky. We might have some new viewers watching. I've stumbled across this on the PSA YouTube channel.
On Facebook.
And Facebook.
Yeah. Good point.
you're okay to continue, Miss Coutice. Thank you. And down. 5-3.
Good timing with the movement onto the ball there. That's what makes that trickle bow so effective, when you can get into a shot, use your momentum, and of course it looks like you're going to power it back and you leave it short. Very effective when it's executed well. There we see the flip side of Torrie Malik. See, that's the area where Malik needs to learn to not then force a boast out. She needs to lift it and defend. It's a good volley. She's absolutely lethal up on that backhand volley. It's a strength area for Malik. You've got to try and take the ball away from that shot.
Yeah, use a bit of height, perhaps use the lob or just try not to cross court that often. Yeah.
That is really nicely straightened. Good hands from Coutice. High skill level this, Parky.
Yeah, she comes in with a very open stance, but manages to straighten it.
Oh, take that. That is a wicked kill from Coutice. Watch this one.
Yeah, she didn't know much about that one, Torrie Malik. Got herself back to parity here now, Coutice. Pretty impressive. Oh.
Good movement from...
Oh,
wow.
That was positive.
Yeah, 2 in a row. I mean, I thought Coutice moved exceptionally well to get the first one and then chopped it in.
She really did chop it in and really sunk into that.
Game ball, Malik. Absolutely firing those kills in. It's a good job that Coutice is starting to move well in this game. Yeah, you heard the contact. Well, we're reviewing. I think she would have been better off reviewing the previous one, not this one. I mean, there's a fair old thump.
Yeah.
We'll see the contact here.
Yeah, again, it's just that experience, isn't it? Just knowing when to ask, when to review.
It's just that nudge is significant because it's just stopping Coutice in her tracks. That initial bump, it's quite a big bump there.
Yeah.
After that, it does look like minimal interference, but it's just significant, the contact.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision.
Still a game ball for Malik.
Malik has no reviews remaining. Sorry, 10-9. Game ball.
Well, the error from Malik, again forcing it from a difficult position.
Each player has one review available.
Another tie break in this third game this time. Tie break in the first as well between these two. It's a no-let. She's gone the wrong way there.
Yeah, definitely took the wrong line. Plenty of space over to the left, nearer the sidewall.
11-10.
Just got caught, didn't she?
Game ball for Coutice. That is really nice touch. That's lovely touch on the backhand volley from Coutice. She's done well to close out that game.
12-10. Game to Coutice. Coutice leads 2-1.
It's a good battle between these two. 11 minutes for the third game. 12-10 for Coutice. She's now got a 2-1 lead against Torrie Malik.
Yeah, another tough game here, going all the way to a tie break. These two putting together a really tough battle. Good contrasting styles between these two, and you see a difference in experience and time on the tour. That was a wonderful shot, one of the highlights, and that one. Fantastic positivity at times from both these players, but in the end there's a stroke. Coutice leads by 2-1.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Seconds. Leads 2-1. Coutice to serve. Double.
Well, Coutice is going to make a big push here at the start of this game.
Stroke to Coutice.
Slightly ragged from Malik.
2-love.
Just collapsing slightly on that shot. Collapsing through the hips. Makes it really difficult to play a steady, stable drop shot.
And out. 1-3.
Just a bit too random from Malik. Got to steady the ship.
She's not building, is she, at this point? She's lost the ability to build in these rallies. Just running out of ideas.
That's her go-to shot, that kill on the backhand. I mean, if you're Coutice, you don't mind going for that. You want to put her in decent areas and just accept that she might hit a few winners, but if you've hit a good shot and asked the question, then there's going to be errors from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
5-2.
Well, that was close, that cross court to the body of Coutice.
I'm not even sure it was a cross court. It was like a drive down the middle of the court.
Attempted cross court.
Yeah, it's a winning shot. It's too open from Malik. Being picked off now by the very skillful Coutice.
And out. 3-7.
What a shot. So difficult to see. I mean, the ball came off the side wall, that serve, and She's volleyed it into the side wall. Very difficult to read, very difficult to play. Yeah, just too many errors. Getting very frustrated with herself now. Torrie Malik.
Just go thump this. I was waiting for her to
attempted nick, yeah. That's a nice shot.
And out, 4-9.
I mean, Malik's just going to keep going for it. If the ball sits up, she's going to try and hit outright winners. That's a good length from Coutice, in behind Malik. Sets up 6 match balls. Well, there it is. She's had to work really hard for it, Julianne Coutice. Well, it's good effort from Torrie Malik, but 40 minutes in the end, Julianne Coutice to break the resistance of the younger player. 3-1 victory for the number 4 seed.